Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again with a quick update on the end game of the Facebreaker Chieftain crit Earthquake, I guess we'll call it. Can be used pretty much any skill, but it was Earthquake, and I didn't really actually try too many other skills. I was just set in my ways with Earthquake. So, by all means, if you guys try some other shit and it works out well, let me know. I will be happy to find out what else goes nicely with face breakers at the moment. I'm pretty sure Ice Crash with like Heat Shiver would be pretty damn nutty, especially given that you wouldn't be wearing an Abyssus and then become even thicker. Because the TLDR of the character is it is pretty damn thick and almost too much so, at least for my taste. Given that we're wearing Abyssus, you can still take some physical damage, but with the conversion from physical taken as lightning, fire, cold, that sort of stuff, and then the 90 max res, it still isn't too much of an issue. But for the most part, almost nothing really hits you too hard at all, and it makes for some pretty cruisy mapping gameplay. The character's not super fast or anything, so it's pretty reliable, but nothing too crazy on the speed. For me, it probably needs to be a bit squishier and a bit faster to be properly enjoyable gameplay. At this stage of my PoE career, this is adequate. It's okay. I can get through it, and it's fun enough, but it's not going to keep me engaged for too long. Like I said, it's more of a playstyle issue of not really having to dodge anything ever because you just take the damage and then that gets a bit boring, and then B, just kind of not enough attack speed on the character. I think I didn't really build any more attack speed because it didn't seem necessary, and in the end the character only actually died one time for real, and this is the death that I'm going to show you. It's basically where I did a four-way memory synthesized invite thing, and it's got 2 additional proj, which can be pretty lethal on these guys, and then I just ran out of flasks, and I didn't reset them. Very easy to have just logged out, reset flasks, and then get back in there. Would have been no problem at all, but I decided to just take the death, and that is the actual only time this character really died, which was avoidable. So a big, thick chieftain with the 90 max res, bit of regen, some sort of fizzes, LE scaling, and it becomes pretty damn thick. So I am keen on making some other chieftains in the future, just for that kind of thickness, but hopefully in a different sense, maybe an ignite based character, something like that. Degens still aren't great for us, as you can see. Just various things happen. I think some of that might be like portion of a fizz degen, I just let myself basically die there. And I only tried Uber Maven one time, and that's because I knew this character was not going to be good for Ubers. The DPS just ain't there for an Uber fight. The thickness is pretty good for Ubers, but the DPS just ain't there, so it would be a very long and tedious battle. It didn't go particularly good against Maven. I think we could do like Uber Shaper, maybe an Uber Eater of Worlds, maybe Uber Cortex, but it's not going to feel good, and I really wouldn't want to put myself through that just for the sake of it, because Uber's really been ultimately nothing. So I did do this here, like Maven Shaper to tick it for a feared sort of situation, and it's got extra Shaper clones, and pretty much none of this fight does any damage to you. It's been a while since I've really done too many normal bosses, and aside from Maven, I think. And it's pretty cruisy to be able to do normal end game with any sort of real defenses in PoE in 2023, because you didn't really used to be able to get crazy defenses. I mean, maybe based off of flasks a long time ago, but otherwise, there's a lot of tools up your sleeve to get pretty damn thick, and this is just 90 max res for the most part, nothing else too special, and it does make the normal end game kind of a joke. So it's nice to see that from Chieftain, and still something that can hit kind of hard, facebreakery type character. What else is there? So other than that, I did just do some of these 4-ways. This is the memory 4-way being finished off. This is the Shaper Guardian 4-way, and it's got some really bad modifiers on it, but I figured, we'll be alright. Because we can take on most modifiers, so extra Ellie damage from Fizz's Ellie as a map mod is pretty comfy, but the main thing that can hurt us is big physical hits, and then I guess slower regen sucks a lot. Got that on this map too, with cannot leech and extra monster damage, and no exposure and hexproof means that my DPS is worse as well. So it was a pretty damn bad roll on the map, but still get through it well enough. Like I said, character's just a bit slow, but reliable all the same. Were I to try and build this again, I would possibly go down the Heat Shiver route, maybe even look into non-crit. It's possible that's worth, but I didn't really plan it out that way. I just wanted to commit to the crit, but yeah, non-crit with precise techniques is possible. Aside from that, it's also possible to just do some Heat Shiver stuff or some cold stuff, or converting to other sort of ailments with leaderships. No, not leaderships. Well, if you're non-crit. I meant with Secrets of Suffering. That's the one. So yeah, there's a lot of options. I think Facebreakers are in a good spot, especially with the tattoos. Tattoos make a lot of things very versatile. All in all, I was happy with the build, and it performed pretty well. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time.